the male archetype. I'm either screaming in violence or crying.
Angry or sad.
Or both at the same time.
Yeah. Mostly angry.
That was me when I got taken over. Like, I was never able to just be straight up angry. Like, I was crying.
Oh, yeah.
Angry. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, I know kids who were like, fuck you. But I was like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
It took puberty for me to like really
push the sadness down and just get angry.
To realize that like you can actually turn.
Come on, get angry.
I don't get mad. I get weepy.
The new Liam Neeson movie.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I fucking hate you.
That would be fucking great. That would be great.
Yeah, it would be impossible to mask because your voice would start breaking.
Yeah.
I know, that's funny too, because I see like my friends, like older kids who are like in that era, and like I hear it crack and I'm like, oh boy, I know that shit. You can't quite get
puberty
yet.
It's just that I'm so horny. That's why my voice is cracking.
It's like that I'm good bro meme.
God, my kid said something bro.
What?
They called Chewbacca a hairy bro yesterday. I was like, fuck.
Jack, I didn't want to say this, but you've lost your kids, man.
Yeah, it's over.
They're going to be fucking asking for gold chains.
Right.
You send them over to Uncle Miles when they're looking for a chain. I'll get them set up. I'll get them sorted out real good. Actually, because like
outside the t-shirt,
all these chains that I got, when my house burned down, I like hit him up. I was like, hey, can I get a discount? Like I bought a lot of shit from you. They just replaced every single thing I bought. So if your kids need a Lucy, bro, I got them on deck.
Hell yeah.
They should, dude. Oh man, your kids are already gonna be wearing chains. They're going to be having poofy Gen Z hair.
Oh, Jack, you can have a couple of fucking broccoli heads.
Oh, but they have straight up.
They have the straightest hair.
Asian hair.
Straight.
Yeah. And they're going to start getting perms.
Get a perm like an Asian.
Start. Come on.
You've already got it. We
got them in the chair 3 hours with the iPad in front of them,
with the big, with the big bubble dryer thing.
Oh yeah, but you got the other ones where you got to pull them through like the rubber cap, so you really get that curl on it.
Yeah, we actually did try it with my 9-year-old. My wife was like, I want volume, because his hair is just. She was like, I want
big.
I want
his hair closer to God.
Yeah. And they were like, not even God can help this kid's hair. It was straight within like a week. It was just.
I remember.
That's interesting, because you kind of naturally have the broccoli head. Like
I do naturally have a little bit of a broccoli head.
Like you could broccoli the fuck out of that hair.
Oh, that'll Brocc up real.
Oh yeah. Guy just walks up to
Jack, every morning. Jack is like, woke up looking for the broccoli.
Look in the mirror. Yeah, the fact that the broccoli hair is popular right now is a real godsend to me. Not ever having to do anything with my hair. This is what I wake up looking like.
Hey sis, what if I could promise you never had to listen to a condescending finance bro tell you how to manage your money again? Welcome to Brown Ambition. This is the hard part when you pay down those credit cards. If you haven't gotten to the bottom of why you were racking up credit or turning to credit cards, you may just recreate the same problem a year from now. When you do feel like you are bleeding from these high interest rates, I would start shopping for a debt consolidation loan, starting with your local credit union, shopping around online, looking for some online lenders because they tend to have fewer fees and be more affordable. Listen, I am not here to judge. It is so expensive in these streets. I 100% can see how in just a few months you can have this much credit card debt and it weighs on you. It's really easy to just like stick your head in the sand. It's nice and dark in the sand. Even if it's scary, it's not going to go away just because you're avoiding it. And in fact, it may get even worse. For more judgment-free money advice, listen to Brown Ambition on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hola, it's Honey German, and my podcast, Gracias Come Again, is back. This season, we're going even deeper into the world of music and entertainment with raw and honest conversations with some of your favorite Latin artists and celebrities.
You didn't have to audition?
No, I didn't audition. I haven't auditioned in like over 25 years.
Oh, wow. That's some real G talk right there.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some of the biggest actors, musicians, content creators, and culture shifters sharing their real stories of failure and success.
yo siento como que esto es mi destino.
You were destined to be a
Sí,
star.
eso es lo que yo quería hacer.
We talk all about what's viral and trending with a little bit of chisme, a lot of laughs, and those amazing vibras you've come to expect. And of course, we'll explore deeper topics dealing with identity, struggles, and all the issues affecting our Latin community.
You feel like you get a little whitewashed because you have to do the code switching?
I won't say whitewash because at the end of the day, I'm me.
Yeah.
But the whole pretending and code, it takes a toll on you.
Listen to the new season of Gracias Come Again as part of My Cultura Podcast Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
In early 1988, federal agents raced to track down the gang they suspect of importing millions of dollars worth of heroin into New York from Asia.
We had 30 agents ready to go with shotguns and rifles and you name it.
But what they find is not what they expected.
Basically, your stay-at-home moms were picking up these large amounts of heroin.
They go, "Is this your daughter?" I said, "Yes." They go, "Oh, you may not see her for like 25 years."
Caught between a federal investigation and the violent gang who recruited them, the women must decide who they're willing to protect and who they dare to betray.
Once I saw the gun, I tried to take his hand and I saw the flash of light.
Listen to the Chinatown Sting on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jenica Lopez, and in the new season of the Overcomfort podcast, I'm taking you on an exciting journey of self-reflection.
Am I ready to enter this new part of my life? Like, am I ready to be in a relationship? Am I ready to have kids and to really just devote myself and my time? I wanted to be successful on my own, not just because of who my mom is. Like, I felt like I needed to be better or work twice as hard as she did.
Join me for conversations about healing and growth.
Life is freaking hard, and growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in motion, even when you're hurting.
All from one of my favorite spaces, the kitchen.
Honestly, these are gonna come out so freaking amazing.
Be a part of my new chapter and listen to the new season of the Overcomfort podcast as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
Oh, God. Oh, you're going to shoot me. Oh, no.
You're gonna shoot me.
Oh, God. Oh. All right, here we go. Hello, the internet. Welcome to this week trend edition of your Daily Zeitgeist.
Yeah.
A production of iHeartRadio. It's a podcast where we take a deep dive into American shared consciousness, and it is, of course, Monday morning, September 8th. My name is Jack O'Brien. That over there is Mr. Miles Gray.
Oh, too loud.
Sorry.
Too loud.
Too loud for the morning.
Miles Gray.
Too loud for the morning.
I'm sniffing your ear hole, Mark Zuckerberg, because I'm giving you the rear naked joke right now.
That's nice.
Oh, man. Yeah. Great times. Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, my God.
Our boy.
Oh,
that's gonna
my number one guy.
Real nice.
Man.
Where
were we?
Yeah, we did that. So this is the episode where we tell you what was trending over the weekend, what's trending on this Monday morning.
That might not even been in the cold open. They don't even know what we're talking about.
Who knows? Who can say?
We don't
really?
even know, to be honest. So
I was just doing my impression of Hans Gruber's impression of a American before we started. Oh God! Oh no! You're gonna shoot me! Oh jeez!
Do your kids know that? Do your kids know that reference?
They haven't watched Die Hard yet. No, but it's coming. I watched Die Hard at 8. I'm realizing, like, I watched it when I was younger than my oldest kid.
Dude, I was watching whatever was on TV from 4 years old.
Yeah. My friend, I slept over at my friend's house and they just had that shit on like the
loop,
the blank VHS. And we watched TV that rips. Shit. Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
My friend My one friend had that like naughty VHS tape where whenever he knew there was going to be boobies on the TV, he would record it. So he had this like 45-minute long VHS tape with like the most ill-timed like recordings. Like he would miss it. He'd be like watching it and you would just see somebody
don't
like
pay attention to this
it'd
one.
be like the end of a sex scene and he's like, I missed that one. He's like, I forgot about that one.
That's great. Yeah, we used to have to fucking record shit off the radio. That was like a big event for me and my older sister when we got like a tape deck with a radio, and you can just hit record and like catch the last 30 seconds of a song you like.
There was nothing better though than when you caught that shit clean.
Yes.
Like there were times I remember I was trying to download Aaliyah's Try Again.
God, that song's so good.
Because at the time, this was really pre-internet where you knew anything, and they weren't like, unless you heard the DJ kick the song off, you didn't know what it was. And I would always hear it in the middle. I'm like, what the fuck is this Aaliyah song? Right. I tried calling the radio. They would never tell me or could never answered. And I just one of those days I was at my tape deck and I was like, the next song is going to be Try Again. And I fucking, it like
you
happened.
Hit it.
I've
no
never,
whammy, bang.
Boom. It
you
just,
know what, Miles?
It's been a long time. I was like, fuck, what?
Yo! Yeah. Woo. I mean, that shows that you were taking the message of the song to heart. You didn't succeed at first.
Exactly.
Picked yourself right back up and recorded that shit.
I can dust it off and try again, this cassette tape.
All right. So we tell you what's trending. We also let you get to know us a little bit better by telling you some stuff that we think is overrated, some stuff we think is underrated. Miles, you want to kick us off with... I started with overrated, which I don't think we usually do. You want what's something you think is overrated?
Who gives a shit, man? We're fucking I don't give a shit what you call it. War crimes or overrateds or underrated. So we'll get to that. Streaming, the development style that we find ourselves in the streaming war. So development of like the shows that these networks choose to make and put in front of us and say, this is the new shit y'all are gonna fucking slop up.
Yeah.
Because I just saw so Shogun, huge hit, you know, every boomer man had that book. I feel like when I went into some of my friends' dad's like office or bookshelf, like
the thick ass paperback.
Oh,
curling. It was so thick,
dude, just tattered. And then so many dads being like,
covered
hey, Miles,
in
you're
jizz.
Japanese. You know about this?
Right.
I'm like, no, I don't. But anyway, I'm just here to smoke weed in your garage.
Hey, Miles, here to smoke weed.
Don't ask me about Japanese shit, please. Please. Fuck. Okay,
like
fine.
You're a handyman who just comes by.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry. It's just Miles. I'm just here to smoke weed
Just
in your
here to
garage.
smoke weed, man. Just keep doing your, hide your affair sloppily.
Have you read Shogun?
Sorry about my dad.
Still haven't.
All good. So anyway, Shogun, big hit, awards darling to boot. I just saw an announcement for Netflix is basically like, oh, so y'all like Japanese shit? Because they are releasing their own feudal Japan samurai show called Last Samurai Standing, which unfortunately is not a reality competition show.
Is it starring Tim, Tim the Toolman Taylor?
No, but I think Eliza Schlesinger wins. In it.
Good. That's good.
Wasn't she on Last Comic Standing? Anyway, I don't even know who was on that. All that to say is I was like, great. Like it topically, when you look at it, you're like, this just it reads like Shogun, except this is more action based because it's based on like an existing like series of books and manga. That actually does the story is about a competition with samurai where like they get a point for killing each other. Is sort of like the gist of it. But when I saw this, I just went is like, oh, so Netflix needed their own Shogun thing.
Right.
And then I'm like, why not just make I say this all the time. It's just so disheartening to see just them being like, what other IP is there that hasn't been tapped? That's like Shogun that we can make.
Here's a thing I read in a book once.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
It always has to, it's like the style is always just like, oh, what was popping 1 year ago? Okay, make our version of that.
Yeah. So it takes a long time to get this shit together.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming out in November. So probably the second they announce Shogun, they're like, where the fuck is our Shogun?
Yeah. I mean, you can... Because everything is based on data points for them.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive because they have a hit like right wing show with Last Man Standing, or at least Tim Allen did. I don't know where that shit airs.
Right.
They're like, okay, things we know work. Japanese shit. Last Blank Standing as a title format. Fucking Squid Game. So we mash those up. Put Squid Game in feudal Japan, give it the title format of Last Man Standing or Last Comic Standing, and also steal that Tom Cruise movie, Last Samurai.
Exactly. Last Samurai Standing, starring Dat Fan. Season 1 winner of Last Comic Standing.
There it is.
This is, and he's Asian, guys. This fucking, I mean, I'm so glad I went to Burning Man this year, although I got in a weird argument with this Russian guy who wouldn't fucking leave me alone.
And then I blacked out for a little bit.
Anyway, I woke up with blood everywhere. So, yeah. This is perfect. But again, it's just like funny to just see how predictable the thought process is from these people.
Yeah. All right. I got 2 overrated. One is just a phrase that I heard this weekend that I'm like, oh, this is going to be everywhere. And I hate it. From the comfort of your own phone.
What?
I just heard that phrase.
What the fuck is that?
So they've taken from the comfort of your own home.
Wait, where?
Like, really, our home is, I think it was on a podcast ad. It just like stuck in my brain. I was just like, oh no, that is
that's our new ad. That's right.
That's our ad copy. I mean, yeah, I will probably have to say this at some point. It makes perfect sense, like from a marketing perspective, where it's just like, yes, slide into this slipstream of media consumption and like capitalism and retail therapy. This is your new home.
I mean,
but it just like represents a world that I'm just like, fuck.
I feel like so many of us are aware that the phone is the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Yeah, we're addicted. Like, it's just an addiction.
But I guess I don't like the idea that they're like, yeah, go to your phone where it's like home. I'm actively like looking at this shit, like being like, dude, fucking get away from me.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, phone.
Yeah.
Comfort of your own phone. Oof.
And then my other is golf courses. Just there's, we're seeing a lot. We're getting a lot of these medical studies, that are like in various stages and various sizes from RFK, being like, cherry picking individual studies and being like, we got to look into this, and therefore no more vaccines for children. There's a study that came out earlier this year from the Journal of the American Medical Association. Pretty reputable. That's like one of the big ones. So the JAMA Network has a study that finds that people who live near golf courses are like 120% more likely to get Parkinson's. And specifically, it's related to the drinking. Like if you share your water source with the golf course. And so the idea is basically that if you ever fly over Los Angeles, you'll see these little islands of like perfect green lawns that are all golf courses and everything. Yeah. Nothing else looks like that. And it's because they are just fucking dousing that shit with chemicals to keep it like popping green, basically. Yeah, popping green and like keep the, it's a bunch of pesticides. And this is the working theory anyways. It just feels like one of those things that would be a much bigger deal if the entire like US power structure and like old boys network didn't just fucking golf every day, like hang out on golf courses and like
they all got Parkinson's. There's a denial about it. They're like, just don't blame the golf course.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. I mean, because before I remember like when we were talking about how basically they're government protected facilities essentially that don't pay taxes and they should be green spaces for everyone to enjoy. But
they're little like roaming fields for the wealthy. It's paid for frequently, especially in Los Angeles. It's paid for with taxpayer dollars. And then you have to pay like $350,000 in Los Angeles to belong to one of these things to even get inside, and like you have to be accepted in some weird social ritual that who the fuck knows like what how they're making those decisions.
No, you put a golf tee in your dick hole and then the guy has to drive a ball off of it.
That's right. But yeah, so like there's so many things wrong with it. Like these are green spaces right in the middle of, especially in Los Angeles, that like could be used for public works and, public parks, and a bunch of the best public parks in Los Angeles are just like cordoned off and only available to a handful of rich people.
Yeah. I mean, it is interesting, though, because when you think about the neighborhoods around golf courses, that's not those are usually wealthy areas. Like, so I'd imagine a lot of the victims, or most in that instance, would be people who are like these landowning freaks who, damn. Yeah, I remember my friend.
Their solution is just like getting water delivered to them or whatever.
They already knew. They're like, oh, we've known honey for 50 years.
Know? Oh, my God. I feel so sorry for you.
You don't have your own cistern? Oh, honey. Welcome to hell.
But yeah, anyways, I continue to think this is, for whatever the political party that forms in the future that is like, you know, the answer to fascism. I feel like invading golf courses would be continue to be a great platform.
Yeah. That's where you do like your Bane style, like, you know, summary executions, like in a golf course.
Yeah. Or just like, I don't know, fun parties for the neighborhood block party type things.
Competing visions of the future. Sorry. Jack, we don't have our block parties without our summary executions of the oligarchs, though.
That's true. What's something, Miles, you think is underrated?
Underrated. Just the fucking number of ways to cook bacon.
Okay.
I thought I knew them all, which was in a pan or roasting them off in an oven. Like if you want to do a huge amount, do that. And then you got them all in, you put them all in trays. You can do fucking, too. Yeah, air fryers. Like, sure, put in certain device.
I've even heard people who ride for microwave bacon, which I have not tried.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, if you like it super crispy. So I saw on God's cursed internet the boiling method. And it's basically, I don't even
know what that would look like.
You put bacon in a cold pan or like even like in a pot. So you have like raised walls so you don't get the splash everywhere.
Sure.
And you put water in enough to just cover it. And then you bring it to a boil on high.
Yeah.
And then once it boils, you crank it down to medium. And then the water like helps render the fat better without drying it. And you kind of get this like tendery, meaty bacon.
Interesting. I can't even imagine. Like, does it swell up a little bit? Like, is it a little bigger than?
No, like the water in your mind, you're like fucking putting it in water, but it has no like. You would never, if I told you like I did the boiling method, it's not like you're actually really boiling it.
It just seems like normal bacon. I'm picturing a dead body that's been floating in a lake for 2 weeks.
You know, sometimes like you get like a good BLT and like it's not all crackery, crispy. It's like it's got just enough that it breaks. It's delicate. It's not all rubbery. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just that right middle part. So,
damn.
I was fucking around a few different. I'm still dialing it in. You can anyone just searches boiling bacon method. You can find
so
the thing.
Good. It's like I got real excited about a pizza reheating method like years ago on this show, like reheating it in the pan with a little bit of water, and like it's good. But then like I was like, it's also a bit of a pain in the ass, and like just pizza. I think what I'm really getting excited about is how good pizza is.
Like,
How easy it is to reheat pizza and make it fucking awesome.
It's like me with weed. It's like I could smoke it. I could put it in a bong. You can eat it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, I don't know. Maybe I just like it a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the bacon thing
is it's delicious. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just want to be eating it. Now that the guy's child is now like he's fucking with bacon now. So now I'm like really kind of like trying new shit out because we get to kind of like, you know, experiment in the kitchen and stuff. Although
it's a fun age, Miles. It's a fun age.
It is till like I'm like
really fun.
I'm like, oh, he's so cute. I'll be like, okay, so you want to help me make bacon? He goes, of course, Daddy. And then he's like, of course. And then we go in the fucking kitchen. This man can't pay attention for 3 seconds. He just walks right off. Once he's like, okay, you got this, motherfucker. All right, I'm watching.
There's so many moments like that where I'm like, you know, I'm planning things. I'm like, we're about to have like a moment, and then they're just like, dude, what the fuck is it? You thought, man,
bro.
I think I've told the story before about taking them to see Indiana Jones, like the age that I saw Indiana Jones. But it was at there's a cemetery around here, Hollywood Forever Cemetery, that like shows the movies.
Oh, you went to Cinespia?
Yeah, we went to Cinespia. Started noticing I was in trouble when I like looked around. There were no other kids there. And like the movie didn't start till pretty late. And right away, there was like, it was just obvious that it was way too much for them.
Oh, I do remember this.
Yeah. And I had to carry them out like under my arms, like stepping through all these people on picnic blankets who were not cool with it. They were not like, oh, it's fine, man. You've got kids. They were like, what the fuck did you bring kids here for, dude?
You stepped all over my charcuterie board, you fucking prick.
Yeah, it was definitely a charcuterie board.
Yeah, you're kicking a charcuterie board if you try and walk through that crowd.
Yeah.
So I got to do VIP, man.
But yeah, big plans, and then took him fishing at a park, and like he was just like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of interested in these sticks over here.
Yeah, they're like, I liked the idea better than in practice, and now I realize.
Then the fun moments happen when you're planning other shit,
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna come out and say something that's gonna surprise a lot of people, but I think AI is bad. I think it's like I was just noticing
seriously? Okay.
Yeah, I know. This is a big,
listen. Go ahead.
Big rug pull, as the term goes. No, I was just noticing that so at the US Open coverage was using, I think it was like a Microsoft AI to like predict the matches. God. You'd think, or maybe it was IBM. It was like one of those ones that's like, oh, you're getting in on this too, huh? Mm-hmm. But you know that they put a ton of time and effort into this, because it's like, first of all, a thing that like, I think the way the world thinks about AI, they would expect AI to be good at this. You know, they're like, yeah, I mean, like you should be able to, it should be better than humans at like picking things. And it's like on main, they're like showing it on the broadcast, and they kept like picking things that were like obviously wrong. They would like pick the player that like obviously like didn't have momentum or like wasn't playing that well. Like almost every time that I saw it come up, and like sometimes they would show it after a set where like that person was getting their ass kicked already, and like you knew,
they got this.
Yes, it's just just
this is match point. No, they got this. They're going to turn this thing around.
Just anecdotally, like they suck shit. I'm just hoping people are like seeing enough of these things to be like, oh yeah, this thing is not able to do what it purports to do.
And that's the thing. You can't optimize further watching sports. You're just there to stare at the people compete. I don't need other data points. Like I've seen. I saw a similar thing with like using like stat metrics for like a soccer match where there's like expected goals and things like this. And like, based on what's happening, this team has the best chance to win. It's like, I don't give a shit. I'm watching. I'm not like, God, what's the computer going to say? Who's going to win? You watch to fucking let it unfold. It's meaningless who you think is going to win. And it's not impressive, even if it like, and the fact that it's wrong is actually even more upsetting. They're like, all right, we kind of fucked that one up, huh? But
yeah, just over and like all three of the AI engines all predicted Sinner, and like I think a lot of people were predicting Alcaraz, like the tennis expert on air, like all predicted Alcaraz. I thought Alcaraz was going to win, but like ChatGPT and all that shit, like all picked Sinner. It's just, but like even like in the earlier rounds, it just seemed to like pick whoever had the lower seed, basically. Which I don't know. Like they could have. It would be so easy for them to just like mechanical Turk it and just ask the experts. But they that's the scary thing. They believe in the technology too, and the technology anecdotally sucks shit.
Wait, were the picks laid out before the match started?
They would. Oh,
this has to be like inside job gambling shit,
right?
You know what I mean?
Well,
like
that's what you would think.
Give a bunch of bad info. And then people bet the loser, and then no, but I'm saying like for a gambling company, they're like, put that out, and then watch, I'm gonna fucking take all these people's money because they trusted what the stupid computer said.
I just think no, it wasn't from like DraftKings. It was
no, but I'm saying if you
company that was like putting their name on it. I don't think it could have possibly been like them fucking it up on purpose. Like it was a big swing for the company to be like, and our AI predicts this to happen, and just be fucking wrong over and over and over again. So I don't know that. And then billionaires that we talked last week about the Ballmer thing, the owner of the Clippers using
ends up really looking like 48 million now that was sent to Kawhi potentially.
So he basically used this other company that he had invested in. Allegedly, based on this reporting, it seems like he was using it to circumvent the salary cap, which is like one of the cardinal sins of like sports ownership. And it was revealed on this podcast, Pablo Torre Finds Out. And then, where he did like original reporting. And then the follow-up episode to that was just Mark Cuban had reacted to it and been like, no way, man. No way. This is not true. Ballmer's way too smart. And the whole episode was just Cuban finding out the evidence that he had, first of all. So I guess he hadn't like actually fully absorbed the episode that he was claiming wasn't true. And then also just repeatedly, his only piece of evidence was like, Ballmer's the richest guy in the world. He's way too smart to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But also he's too stupid to actually know about the inner workings of his own company that he was investing in. It's like a nice combination. It was a really good microcosm of like the like way that billionaires are given the, assumption of brilliance, but then they're allowed to just be like above it all and not involved in the actual fucking like scandals that are caused by their companies.
Well, he was trying to have it both ways. Like, because I remember I saw that follow up too. I watched most of it. I couldn't believe how much I was just listening to Mark Cuban fucking blather on. Yeah. But when he was like, Pablo, look, if I'm wrong and you're right about this, then Steve Ballmer's really dumb.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, or greedy or single minded. And that clouds his judgment, or he lives in a world free of consequence. So he operates as such.
Exactly.
Maybe it's that thing. You fucking weirdo. Like, what are you saying?
Really like the thing that animates billionaires, I think we find out repeatedly, is not that they're particularly brilliant. They are good at exploiting loopholes, which it seems like he was trying to do here. They are single minded. And like hyper competitive and have just like unending amounts of energy. And then they are able to exploit like people looking the other way. And like, just they have it. They're treated like fucking celebrities. And like those three things make perfect sense. But Cuban was just like, no, he was like too bought in on the great man theory of American
and then he was
capitalism.
Also, he's like, I do deals all the time, Pablo, where I'm investing in companies. Do I know every single thing? That's where I have my due diligence teams do that. And Pablo was like, you've put $50 million into a company and you knew nothing about it?
He's like, Steve's a lot richer than me.
Yeah, but do you remember how he really took a second? Because he was like, how am I going to explain this? Like, Mark Cuban was acting like he was accessing his memories. Like, well, maybe like 10.
Think on that. Maybe
it's like relative. It's like relative, though. It's relative.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
But anyways. Interesting to see where that story goes.
Yeah, being a billionaire is about fucking cheating people.
Yes, it's about being the best at cheating.
You only get there by fucking cheating. So that to be like the famous cheater, he not cheating.
No way would he cheat. He's too smart for that.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk some news.
Hi, I'm Jenica Lopez, and in the new season of the Overcomfort podcast, I'm taking you on an exciting journey of self-reflection.
Am I ready to enter this new part of my life? Like, am I ready to be in a relationship? Am I ready to have kids and to really just devote myself and my time? I wanted to be successful on my own, not just because of who my mom is. Like, I felt like I needed to be better or work twice as hard as she did.
Join me for conversations about healing and growth.
Life is freaking hard, and growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in motion, even when you're hurting.
All from one of my favorite spaces, the kitchen.
Honestly, these are gonna come out so freaking amazing.
Be a part of my new chapter and listen to the new season of the Overcomfort podcast as part of the My Cultura podcast network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
Hey sis, what if I could promise you never had to listen to a condescending finance bro tell you how to manage your money again? Welcome to Brown Ambition. This is the hard part when you pay down those credit cards. If you haven't gotten to the bottom of why you were racking up credit or turning to credit cards, you may just recreate the same problem a year from now. When you do feel like you are bleeding from these high interest rates, I would start shopping for a debt consolidation loan, starting with your local credit union, shopping around online, looking for some online lenders because they tend to have fewer fees and be more affordable. Listen, I am not here to judge. It is so expensive in these streets. I 100% can see how in just a few months you can have this much credit card debt and it weighs on you. It's really easy to just like stick your head in the sand. It's nice and dark in the sand. Even if it's scary, it's not going to go away just because you're avoiding it. And in fact, it may get even worse. For more judgment-free money advice, listen to Brown Ambition on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hola, it's Honey German, and my podcast, Gracias Come Again, is back. This season, we're going even deeper into the world of music and entertainment with raw and honest conversations with some of your favorite Latin artists and celebrities.
You didn't have to audition?
No, I didn't audition. I haven't auditioned in like over 25 years.
Oh, wow. That's some real G talk right there.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some of the biggest actors, musicians, content creators, and culture shifters sharing their real stories of failure and success.
Yo siento como que esto es mi destino.
You were destined to be a
Sí,
star.
eso es lo que yo quería hacer.
We talk all about what's viral and trending with a little bit of chisme, a lot of laughs, and those amazing vibras you've come to expect. And of course, we'll explore deeper topics dealing with identity, struggles, and all the issues affecting our Latin community.
You feel like you get a little whitewashed because you have to do the code switching?
I won't say whitewash because at the end of the day, I'm me.
Yeah.
But the whole pretending and it takes a toll on you.
Listen to the new season of Gracias Come Again as part of My Cultura Podcast Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
I had this overwhelming sensation that I had to call her right then. And I just hit call. Said, hey, I'm Jacob Schick. I'm the CEO of One Tribe Foundation. And I just wanted to call and let her know there's a lot of people battling some of the very same things you're battling. And there is help out there.
The Good Stuff Podcast Season 2 takes a deep look into One Tribe Foundation, a nonprofit fighting suicide in the veteran community. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, so join hosts Jacob and Ashley Schick as they bring you to the front lines of One Tribe's mission.
I was married to a combat Army veteran, and he actually took his own life to suicide. One Tribe saved my life twice.
There's a lot of love that flows through this place, and it's sincere.
Now it's a personal mission. Don't want to have to go to any more funerals,
I got blown up on a react mission. I ended up having amputation below the knee of my right leg and a traumatic brain injury because I landed on my head.
Welcome to Season 2 of The Good Stuff.
Listen to The Good Stuff podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And we're back. And I saw this little media event where Mark Zuckerberg and a bunch of Silicon Valley people were sitting next to the president. It was like a oligarch fest.
Yeah, it was oligarch glaze fest.
Yeah. What was the purported purpose of it?
It was just a gathering of the tech people. Really, the subtext is all of these people want the brakes completely cut off any regulation as it relates to AI. That's really that's why all of these people are there to be like, please, because this is the next thing that's not going to fucking work. And we're all just going to end up fucking suffering. But yeah, it was just a moment for all these people to also say numbers out loud of money they're investing in the company. So Trump can be like, he kept going and how much money are you investing? And how much money? So he could also be like, look how much investment I'm bringing to America. It's just so abstract. But for Trump, who just thinks by getting a bunch of oligarchs to say billions of dollars are being spent, that means somehow it's going
investing
into our
in
pockets.
Just AI development? Or
dude, the questions were
wasn't he what are you investing in America? Truly. We're a company in America. So how much money are we spending? It's kind of a weird, vague question.
It was truly just for people to say numbers. So at least there could be, I think in his mind, he's like, that's a headline. Look how many billions are being spent. And they say the economy's fucked. No.
Yeah.
No. Look at this.
CEOs love to be like, I created this job. There's a lot of families out there that are my children because that person worked for me and they wouldn't have had a job otherwise. It's no, that's not true. But you happen to be in the position that could be easily filled by somebody else.
Exactly. And everyone was there from Silicon Valley, fucking Bill Gates, Sam Altman, pretty much everyone except for K-hole Nazi Elon Musk, who's still persona non grata at the moment. But the moment that got the most attention, for better or worse, was when actual metaverse robot Mark Zuckerberg was asked by Trump how much money he'd be investing in the country or whatever, just open-ended question.
How much are you?
Zuckerberg's, here, I'll play it, but he gets caught on the other side of this quote, apologizing to Donald Trump about not knowing what number he should have said.
What the fuck he was talking about?
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
How much are you spending, would you say, over the next few years?
Oh, gosh. I think it's probably going to be something like, I don't know, at least $600 billion through 28 in the U.S. Yeah.
This sounds like a Tim Robinson bit.
That is brutal. That just brings me back to every bad, like every moment where you're just like, fuck, what was the question?
Say? Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh.
Me? Who, me?
Oh gosh.
I would have to say
his robot. Say huge number. Say huge number. Say
600 billion. Billion.
It was like that scene in Arrested Development when Carl Weathers is talking, like the fight breaks out at the restaurant and the news is talking to him. And he's like, I'm looking at $50,000 in medical bills. And he holds up a foil wrapped swan. It's one of my favorite Arrested Development. Anyway, we'll play this again. He's coming up with a number and you'll understand what he means when he follows this up. Because he didn't realize the mics were on. He thought the focus was elsewhere, but we get to hear it.
$600 billion through 28 in the U.S. Yeah.
It's a lot.
No, it's significant.
That's a lot. Thank you, Mark. It's great to have you.
Paying attention, but sorry, I wasn't ready to do a bit for announcement.
He said I wasn't sure what number you wanted to go with.
I wasn't sure what number you wanted me to say.
Because it's all bullshit. Like, that's what's so wild to me.
Yeah.
Because it's all bullshit.
Because I didn't know what you were talking about. Because saying how much money am I going to spend doesn't make any sense.
Sorry, I don't know if you know, you're senile, so the context of the question didn't even make sense given the conversations we had earlier.
I didn't know what you wanted me to say. I just wanted you to like me.
Sorry. I didn't even know you were going to
call mad at me.
You should have told me. I would have said a different number. Which one do you want me to go with? Deal leader. So, and it was just wild, like how, like, you know, right after January 6th.
Deal leader is fun, by the way.
Deal leader, yeah.
Instead of dear leader.
Hey,
deal leader.
Know, sometimes you stumble upon something in a typo and it ends up being real good. But yeah, like just think about when Zuckerberg kicked Trump off Facebook, like after the 2020 election, and like Trump was threatening him with jail. You know what I mean? But like he's done his best to get on his good side. I mean, like he settled an old lawsuit with Trump for fucking $25 million. He donated $1 million to his inauguration. He skull fucked all content moderation on Facebook, and it's just generally rolling over for Trump. But yeah, it's strange how history always rhymes a bit, how the capitalists end up rolling out the red carpet for fascists.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they wanted to join the fascist movement in the 1920s, as we've talked about before. There was a bunch of business leaders who tried to overthrow the U.S. government when FDR was president. They just hired the wrong general, like World War II general or I guess World War I, because it was pre-World War II. Mm-hmm. And the guy was just like, what? Yeah, I'll do all that. And then like exposed the plot. And those guys all went to jail and, they were business leaders. So they were just like, fine. They're just fine. Committing fucking treason. Anyways, I do like Trump's response to it was like, he turns to the person sitting on his other side and he's like, he said that he didn't know what number he wanted me to say, because like that is what is cool about it to him, is that it implies corruption. It's like most like other presidents prior to 10 years ago, a president hearing someone say, sorry, I didn't know what number you wanted me to say, would immediately know like, oh, that's like bad. That makes both of us look like shit, because it makes it look like we're just like making this stuff up. But like for Trump, that's kind of the point, is that we're like making this up, and like I can just get these guys to say whatever the fuck I want. And
shows how much control he has over this too. It's like you're dictating what the whatever. I mean, like this is where we're at. But cool, man. Mark Zuckerberg. It also looked like after he said that, like in a room full of like other billionaires, like I wonder how many of them are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? 600 billion over the next till 2028? Really?
Like if you didn't like the number, I was going to take it back.
He really looked around the room after he said 600 billion, because people were like, bro, what is you saying?
I wonder if anyone gave him a sarcastic thumbs up from across the room.
They probably did the blowjob thing. They were like, Fucking Zuckerberg. They're like, yeah, all right, fool.
Yeah, good job, man. If billionaires were cool.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
You probably sent an animated emoji or something over their neural link.
They just sent him the animated fist bump that old people love to send.
They love it.
All right. Well, speaking of, this is where we are. The Trump administration announced that they blew up a drug carrying boat off the coast of Venezuela, killed 11 people, which everybody immediately pointed out was illegal and a war crime. Like, you can't just blow up a boat. We'll get into the specifics. But yeah, Marco Rubio proudly told reporters that we blew it up, adding, and it'll happen again. Maybe it's happening right now. Every time a bell rings, the U.S. military blows up a boat full of Venezuelan civilians.
He did say that. Or did he not say that?
Yeah, that last part was editorial. That was subtext.
Yeah. Felt like it the way he was saying it.
Maybe it's happening right now. He did say.
It sounds like a fucking like abusive partner. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm cheating on you right now.
Yeah, who knows? The fuck you want?
What are you going to do about it?
I can do it right now to this room. What the
I
fuck
can cheat on this room.
But yeah, it's intentionally targeting non-military civilians and killing them without due process is a war crime. JD Vance defended the move, said blowing up drug smugglers was the best use of the military. So fuck you to World War II veterans, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I think one of the Krasensteins like on Twitter was like, this is a war crime.
Yeah.
And then he replied to that one. He said, quote, I don't give a shit what you call it. Oh boy. I mean, this is what happens when you let countries get away with war crimes all the time. Nothing's a war crime anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, sure, killing civilians is a war crime. Have you seen what we're fucking sponsoring in the Middle East right now?
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. Yeah, it's really wild to see, especially for something like this, where they're trying to use the flimsiest logic, where they're like the mere presence of a boat that they say has drugs on it is somehow in a full frontal attack that requires a militaristic response.
Yeah. Yeah. Rand Paul used To Kill a Mockingbird as an example for why the military shouldn't randomly murder people.
Yes.
I might use the 70% of the people they arrest, like right now, like, kidnap with their newfound ice powers, like have no criminal record at all and are innocent of anything besides being brown. And now the Supreme Court has just upheld their ability to do that. But yeah, 70% wrong when it comes to detaining people.
I mean, it's not even wrong.
This is who we're trusting to. Right. But this is who we're trusting to like, just be like, I am the law and fucking kill people.
Yeah. It's like, no, there isn't. And stop even pretending you're an out of control war criminal. I mean, that's the U.S. government for you. But in this like total mask off sense, and you have Rand Paul trying to act like a fucking junior high literature teacher to be like, guys, do you remember in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird? Well, and he said, quote,
the only literature I've read.
I know. Did he ever wonder what might happen if the accused were immediately executed without trial or representation? You're talking to a bunch of white supremacists.
Yeah, bro, I don't think they loved To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't think that was there.
You think they opened up To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah. They did, and they were like, "This is." They were happy.
They said
at the end, they were like, "Get that guy." He's gonna get away with
Radley,
that shit.
Though, could have been a cooler guy. Could have been a way cooler character. I thought Boo Radley was a cuck, man.
Yeah. So this is just some bullshit, but it's also a weird trend in his administration. He went to the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open final happened over the weekend. Alcaraz versus Sinner, which it's like it's been for the past like 5 finals. They're like the 2 best players. A highly anticipated match that was delayed by, I think, 45 minutes because he decided to come to it and they weren't prepared to like screen everybody. Like everybody had to go through the equivalent of like TSA airport security to get in. So they like delayed the match by 45 minutes. And even then when it started, it was like half full.
I saw the photos from the outside when I'm like, there
it was just
some like a riot gathering? It's like, no, these are people who are trying to get in.
Right. But they just had massive security processes to get through. This is also like a trend in his administration where instead of like, he doesn't do like appearances that have anything to do with policy. He just goes to sporting events.
Yeah.
Like a celebrity. Like it's
because he doesn't work.
Yeah.
He has no idea what it means to be president. So he's just like, yeah, I do events. I go to events.
But like, I remember during his first administration, he would still like, it was weird how he would like go on all these like campaign rallies. Like it was like he never stopped campaigning.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, no, I just like go to fucking UFC fights. It's sick.
Yeah. He's a deflated balloon now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the energy for that shit anymore. So like, he's just it. So and I think that's why he likes going to these events or these championships or final matches or whatever, because it's like all this attention, it's happening in the US, and then he's there to lord over it, to be like, and there's me, the most powerful man of the country.
Yeah.
And this is my job. I will
usually goes to UFC fights where there's a big approval for him in that audience, but at the US Open, not so much. He got booed a little bit, which we'll talk about in a second. But just back to the point of there's this article talking about how Trump, having built the bulk of his second term's domestic travel around attending major sports events rather than hitting the road to make policy announcements or address the kind of large rallies he so relished as a candidate. Since returning to the White House in January and prior to Sunday's US Open swing, Trump has gone to the Super Bowl, the Daytona 500, UFC fights in Miami and Newark.
Great ones.
NCAA wrestling championship in Philadelphia, and then the FIFA Club World Cup final.
And now this. I mean, yeah, good. Great.
Yeah.
Just keep wasting everyone's fucking time. It's funny, too, because like also at the end of last week, there was a huge gathering of like Arkansas soybean farmers who were like, we're like fucked.
Yeah.
We're supposed to export like a huge amount of this harvest to China, and there's no deals in place, which is alarming for the entire business. And they're like, what do we do? Trump's like, I'm going to go to the US Open and do a flyover.
Yeah. He appeared to fall asleep during the match. There's also a moment where he like showed a blue thing between his teeth that is hard to make out. So people can't figure out if it was like a benzo or a
people said it was a Blue Chew ad.
Yeah, I'm about to get wet over here. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, somebody leaked an email from the USTA, US Tennis Association, about like how these appearances are handled. Because, I remember during the Super Bowl, they showed him and there was like a loud, like kind of fake sounding like crowd roar that came up. And so you could hear boos, but you could also hear like coming up. And I was always suspicious of that. Similar thing happened in this. Of course, the crowd was like half not there because they were all waiting outside because he was there. But this is the text from the USTA email that this website Bounces allegedly got leaked to them. With respect to broadcast coverage, the president will be shown on the World feed and the Ashcourt feed during the opening anthem ceremony. We ask all broadcasters to refrain from showcasing any disruptions or reactions in response to the president's attendance in any capacity. So not showcasing any reactions in response to the president's attendance in any capacity.
God.
I mean, basically like treating people's displeasure with him like you would a streaker. You just like avert your gaze.
Don't give him attention. Don't give him attention. I mean, I'm sure, I get that for the Super Bowl because enough of his people were watching the Super Bowl. So like maybe you don't want them to be like, wow, people really don't like the president, huh? Yeah. The US Open, bro, minds are made up. And also, no one is making their judgment about Donald Trump based on how many boos they hear at a fucking UFC fight.
Right.
It's everything else that's happening to people every day that makes up the bulk of why people respond like that. But yeah,
there's a part of me that's like morbidly curious and just like, is everybody else seeing this? Like, is it just the soybean farmers? Isn't everybody else fucking outraged? And
Well, think about it now, like with tariffs, man, too. Like you see people who have like, little like interests or hobbies or like they buy things from outside of the country. Like everyone's like no one's safe from the policies at this point. Not to say that it's existential for everyone, because clearly people of color and people who are not like cishet, Christian people are always going to be under the threat of this regime. But like just people who are like trying to buy a thing from somewhere else and are like, The tariffs?
The hell?
Why do I got to pay $20 on this thing that's only $60? This doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the booze will inspire something.
My Nazi dining plate set is so much more expensive now. The fuck?
Now I have to triangulate it and send it through Vietnam to get it.
Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hola, it's Honey German, and my podcast, Gracias Come Again, is back. This season, we're going even deeper into the world of music and entertainment with raw and honest conversations with some of your favorite Latin artists and celebrities.
You didn't have to audition?
No, I didn't audition. I haven't auditioned in like over 25 years.
Oh, wow. That's some real G talk right there.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some of the biggest actors, musicians, content creators, and culture shifters sharing their real stories of failure and success.
Yo siento como que esto es mi destino.
You were destined to be a
Sí,
star.
eso es lo que yo quería hacer.
We talk all about what's viral and trending with a little bit of chisme, a lot of laughs, and those amazing vibras you've come to expect. And of course, we'll explore deeper topics dealing with identity, struggles, and all the issues affecting our Latin community.
You feel like you get a little whitewashed because you have to do the code switching?
I won't say whitewash because at the end of the day, I'm me.
Yeah.
But the whole pretending and it takes a toll on you.
Listen to the new season of Gracias Come Again as part of My Cultura Podcast Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
I had this overwhelming sensation that I had to call her right then. And I just hit call. Said, hey, I'm Jacob Schick. I'm the CEO of One Tribe Foundation. And I just wanted to call on and let her know there's a lot of people battling some of the very same things you're battling. And there is help out there.
The Good Stuff Podcast Season 2 takes a deep look into One Tribe Foundation, a nonprofit fighting suicide in the veteran community. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, so join hosts Jacob and Ashley Schick as they bring you to the front lines of One Tribe's mission.
I was married to a combat Army veteran, and he actually took his own life to suicide. One Tribe saved my life twice.
There's a lot of love that flows through this place, and it's sincere.
Now it's a personal mission. Don't want to have to go to any more funerals,
I got blown up on a react mission. I ended up having amputation below the knee of my right leg and a traumatic brain injury because I landed on my head.
Welcome to Season 2 of The Good Stuff.
Listen to The Good Stuff podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey sis, what if I could promise you never had to listen to a condescending finance bro tell you how to manage your money again? Welcome to Brown Ambition. This is the hard part when you pay down those credit cards. If you haven't gotten to the bottom of why you were racking up credit or turning to credit cards, you may just recreate the same problem a year from now. When you do feel like you are bleeding from these high interest rates, I would start shopping for a debt consolidation loan, starting with your local credit union, shopping around online, looking for some online lenders because they tend to have fewer fees and be more affordable. Listen, I am not here to judge. It is so expensive in these streets. I 100% can see how in just a few months you can have this much credit card debt and it weighs on you. It's really easy to just stick your head in the sand. It's nice and dark in the sand. Even if it's scary, it's not going to go away just because you're avoiding it. And in fact, it may get even worse. For more judgment-free money advice, listen to Brown Ambition on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jenica Lopez, and in the new season of the Overcomfort podcast, I'm taking you on an exciting journey of self-reflection.
Am I ready to enter this new part of my life? Am I ready to be in a relationship? Am I ready to have kids and to really just devote myself and my time? I wanted to be successful on my own, not just because of who my mom is. I felt like I needed to be better or work twice as hard as she did.
Join me for conversations about healing and growth.
Life is freaking hard, and growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in motion, even when you're hurting.
All from one of my favorite spaces, the kitchen.
Honestly, these are gonna come out so freaking amazing.
Be a part of my new chapter and listen to the new season of the Overcomfort podcast as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast.
And we're back. It remains to be seen whether or not the Department of Health and Human Services upcoming report will recommend the use of leeches or exorcisms. But according to the Wall Street Journal, it will suggest that the use of Tylenol by pregnant women may potentially lead to autism in children. They're just throwing out. They got lots of theories here.
Mm-hmm.
They said this was just speculation, but they also claimed that they're, quote, using gold standard science to get to the bottom of America's unprecedented rise in autism rates, which kind of makes it sound like they're just going to announce it and then probably got their info from like the Google AI and asking Jeeves.
Why the fuck? What? I don't even know. Like, what are we going to fucking do? Everyone's going to have to eat rocks and shit. I got a tummy ache and eat rocks. Everything. It's just wild how truly like the logic is like, I don't know, just say it causes autism.
Yeah.
That's
every
the
time.
policy.
And,
yes.
And even if we just think it might, we got to call it out.
And then who are we going to put on the case? People with no real bona fide medical training.
Yeah.
We're just going off
training.
vibes.
We got to fire those motherfuckers.
You know what causes autism? Bona fide medical training. So get
there
them
are a
off that.
few smaller studies that actually have suggested an association between fetal exposure to acetaminophen, the active ingredient in Tylenol, and subsequent risk of diagnosis with autism spectrum disorder and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But the largest study to date found no increased risk. And also that's like such a massive, like everybody uses Tylenol. So that's going to be really hard to. Also, importantly, untreated fever during pregnancy increases the risk of miscarriage, birth defects, and premature birth. And untreated pain can lead to maternal depression, anxiety, and high blood pressure. So, yeah, all of these things that they're just like kind of coming out and throwing bombs about, just being like, yeah, well, you know what might, like the way that like they use all the care and scientific examination of somebody sending an email forward, it seems like. And so like no thinking it through, just, whether it seems interesting and compelling to him. And then like passes. Yeah.
The whole health and human services arm of the government is now just the correlation is causation crew.
Right.
And that's it. Which feels like, can't somebody like at this point, like just play dirty and cook up a study about like something that would get RFK freaking out about himself? They're like, I don't know if you've seen this new study, man, about like touching dead bears and getting whale juice on your fucking hands.
Or whatever fucking steroids he's taking. Like,
oh, right. Exactly. What about TRT, man? Do you read about that? You know about that? You know about that, RFK? I don't know. We'll see.
The overuse of acetaminophen is super dangerous, but.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I grew up in a house with an immigrant mom who said I didn't need it all the time. Fucking all the time. We didn't have fucking
You're just trying to get
in my
attention.
house.
Is that
no, it wasn't even that. No, my mom, no, she wasn't fucking with me like that. She had the ethos of just like a World War II hardened boomer,
right?
Who was like, you don't need it, and I was like, but my head hurts. She's like, it's fine, but like you're still talking, you can get through it, and I was like, and then I remember when I had like Osgood Schlatters like joint pain from growth spurts and stuff, like my knees would kill. And she would be like, no, you just use some ice or whatever. I mean, that did work. That did help. But like, I guess my mom also
old world treatments. I feel like sometimes they work.
She was also like of the thing where she's like, I don't want you to get momentum going, that when you come up against a hardship that there's just take a pill
for that. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's a little, that cuts both ways. Like there are certain instances where you absolutely do need medication or to be medicated for something.
Yeah.
But hey, I get it, Mom. I get it. You're building up a real tough kid who would just cry in his room with knee pain.
Crying over his damn knees over there. All right. And finally, there's this Amazon-backed company called Showrunner. They made those terrible South Park videos where they were like, we can AI a South Park episode. AI like created these entire episodes of South Park
that are unwatchable.
I really recommend people just like, again, if you have any doubt about like the level of delusion that people have over AI and like what is actually possible versus like what is being promised, like just watch these episodes of South Park because they think they're good. They're like, look at this. This is incredible. And it's just fucking like they just do plot exposition over and over again, and they make themselves like some of the executives become like characters in the episode. Yeah, it sucks shit. They claim that they're going to be the Netflix of AI. I don't know what that could like. I guess that they're just going to like make tons of streaming content with AI that
it's just
everybody's going to want to watch.
Stupid buzzy pitch, the blank of AI. Oh, we're the fucking Adidas of AI. Okay.
Well, so they're taking there's a famous unfinished project, Orson Welles' The Magnificent Ambersons. It's kind of like the Royal Tenenbaums. Like it's, a talented family. He turned it into the studio. They edited it to under 90 minutes without his permission and burned the unused footage.
They burned it?
They're like, the fuck out of here. Citizen Kane wasn't like, it didn't win the Oscar when it was made. It was like, people.
No,
like,
but
a wonderkind.
I just love the fucking fuck you factor about being like, yeah. They're like, well, what about my other footage? Oh, we burned that shit, bro. That shit's gone.
so
get over it.
Did you think you had Final Cut? Yeah,
dude,
no, that's just
get
burnt.
the fuck over it, Orson. Okay, it's burned. We burned it. It's so fucking violent.
It's like the thing that happens at the end of Citizen Kane.
Right, yeah.
They're like, yeah, we actually thought we saw your last masterpiece. Loved at the end when something was irrevocably lost to time, the key answer in a fire, and so we decided to burn your 43 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so they're claiming like we're going to take those 43 minutes and recreate them with AI, with just like dead-eyed versions of the actors that already exist, which I think is just a dry run for making feature-length AI slop. They haven't even obtained the rights to do this. They're just, like they did with the South Park thing. They didn't obtain.
Yeah.
I'm sure this won't be quite as absurd as the South Park thing, because I don't think you can rewrite. The AI just can't do comedy. Can't, like, at least these guys using AI can't do comedy.
I mean, it clearly can't do drama either with like all the fucking robot still people in the background.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. They're claiming that they won't be commercializing it and it's purely for academic value, but hopefully part of that is to release it to everybody so that we can see what they come up with.
Yeah. Oh God. And everyone's going to be like, wow, this movie I've never fucking heard of.
Yeah.
Thank God you guys resurrected it. Like it's like even the worst thing to even drum up excitement for this project. I could think of many other things you could probably do, but again, those creators are probably still alive and are litigious, so you don't want to go out here saying we're gonna release the Snyder Cut with AI.
Yeah, a script must exist, right? They're not just going to be like we are guessing. So I'm sure they're working off a script.
Even better.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know. This is just like has Citizen Kane vibes.
We fed it the 90-minute cut and we're like, hey, man, add 43 minutes.
It's just a post-credit scene where various new magnificent Ambersons are introduced.
There's a skibbity toilet in it, too, somehow. Yeah. It's very interesting. Very interesting. God. Man, the excitement, like you say, it's the same thing like I had as a kid when I was, quote unquote, cooking. Like at 4 years old, I put shit in a pot that was edible. And then I go, look, I made a sauce for the food. And my parents go, oh, wow. And in my mind, I'm motherfucking Chef Ludo or fucking Gordon Ramsay or some shit. And they're like, this ain't fucking cooking.
Spray-basted turkey.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Thanks, man.
These people who aren't artists get the thing to shit out something that resembles human expression. And they go, oh, look what I did. Look what I did. It's the thing. It's art. I did art with the machine. No, you didn't. You made a sauce that 4-year-old Miles did, and you're calling it cooking.
Anyways, we've learned today that copyright infringement, causing diseases with your hobby, and war crimes are only a problem if you're not a billionaire.
There you go.
And also cheating at basketball.
Fuck the CBA, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Finally, I'm going to say that because it's getting a billionaire in trouble.
Did you see? I think there was a thing where Mark Cuban was even like, that's not even in the CBA. And Pablo's like, it is.
He's like, well, Okay.
Sure, maybe. And it's like, see, this is how y'all
I'm not
think.
here to argue what's in the CBA.
That was the other thing that was really, just to get back on that thing where, what was the thing called? Not affirm. Aspiration.
Aspiration.
When Mark Cuban was like, maybe they wanted to pay Kawhi $50 million on their own because they know it helps to be the sponsor of a team that has Kawhi Leonard on it. So they have their own motivation to do that. Like, Mark Cuban, shut the front door.
Yeah. All right. Those are some of the things that are trending on this Monday morning. We're back tomorrow with a whole ass episode of the show. Until then, be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves. Get your vaccines while you still can. Get your flu shots. Don't do nothing about white supremacy. And we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The Daily Zeitgeist is executive produced by Catherine Law.
Co-produced by Bei Wang.
Co-produced by Victor Wright.
Co-written by J.M. McNabb.
And edited and engineered by Brian Jeffries.
Football is back. That's right. The new NFL season is here, and you should be listening to NFL Daily as we march along to Super Bowl 60. It's in the name, NFL Daily, so you'll have fresh content in your feed all season long. Join me, Greg Rosenthal, and an all-star cast of co-hosts for previews and recaps of every single game. NFL Daily will keep you up to date with everything you need to know so you can sound smarter than all your friends. Listen to NFL Daily on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL. Visit toyota.com/NFL now to learn more.
It's important that we just reassure people that they're not alone and there is help out there.
The Good Stuff Podcast Season 2 takes a deep look into One Tribe Foundation, a nonprofit fighting suicide in the veteran community. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, so join hosts Jacob and Ashley Schick as they bring you to the front lines of One Tribe's mission.
One Tribe saved my life twice.
Welcome to Season 2 of The Good Stuff.
Listen to the Good Stuff podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, it's Stephanie Beatriz.
And Melissa Fumero, and this is More Better. We are jumping right in and ready to hear from you.
Your thoughts, your questions, your feelings about socks with sandals.
And we're ready to share some possibly questionable advice and hot takes.
God, that sucks so hard though. I'm so sorry.
Can you out-petty them? Can you match their pettiness for funsies? Yeah.
All the things.
Because aren't we all trying to get a little more better?
Listen to More Better on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything and everybody.
Let me know. Lauren LaRosa.
You hear that exclusive? Lauren came in hot.
I came in telling the truth. Every day, I'm bringing you the latest in entertainment, breaking down the headlines you can't stop talking about, and giving you my very unfiltered take on the biggest stories in the industry. From exclusive news, and y'all know I got it, to us breaking down the interviews, because y'all are my co-hosts now. I'm giving you the deep dives on some of the biggest moments in pop culture.
Oh my God.
Listen to the latest with Lauren LaRosa weekdays on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast.